On Tuesday I went to Brownies for the second time. Benjamin and Anthony were there too, and all three of us had to show our new badges to Brown Owl. She asked if we'd stitched them on ourselves, and both Benjamin and Anthony said yes. I said my mother had tacked them on and I'd stitched them. Brown Owl smiled and said I'd done just as good a job as any brownie. Tawny Owl asked if I'd learned to plait hair and tie a neat and even bow in an apron. Kind of, I replied, before being asked to fetch an apron to demonstrate, then plaiting Jane's long blonde hair. Very good, she said. What do you think, girls? She asked. They all agreed that my plaiting skills had improved enough to ensure I get the knot tying badge. I felt ever so slightly proud of myself, but that soon faded as the activities began. After separating into our sixes, we got out the tables and learned to fold napkins and lay the table. God, it was boring, I thought. Why are we even learning this? It was as if Brown Owl had read my mind, because with that very thought, they began telling the group how we can help our mothers by laying the table for them whilst they are busy cooking. You won't realize until you're mothers yourselves just how much work needs to be done, so please, brownies, be helpful and always offer to lend a hand whenever your mother is busy, she said. Then the inevitable happened and someone dropped a teacup. We gasped as it smashed to the ground and the girl responsible apologized profusely. It's okay, Polly, Brown Owl assured. These things happen, she said, before asking Polly what should be done when some crockery has been broken. Very good, Polly. Did you hear that, girls? She asked before reiterating Polly's reply. She glanced around the girls' faces until she found mine. She asked who my brownie buddy was and I replied. Addressing Jane directly, Brown Owl asked her to take me to fetch a dustpan and brush, and it was I who cleared up the breakage under the watchful eye and frequent instruction of my sixer and second, aka Melanie and Vanessa. I was wondering why I was clearing the breakage and not the girl who'd dropped it, but all became clear at the end of the meeting when I was awarded not only my sewing badge, my knot tying badge and my laying a table badge, but my sweeping up badge too. Before long the others left and 8 of us stayed behind. Brown Owl described the procession, which is partly on a float where we'll be sitting, smiling and waving, then the 7 sisters will be on foot accompanying the May Queen's carriage and walking whilst smiling and waving. But it's a bit more complicated than that, Brown Owl said. I want you walking so gracefully that you'll be almost dancing. She demonstrated what she wanted us to do by walking slowly around the hall. Her arms and hands accentuated every slow, graceful turn. Head held high, broad brownie smiles, and should you receive a bouquet, she said. Oh God, I thought as she slowly yet gracefully pranced around the hall. Even the girls seemed a little daunted by what she had in mind. After 20 minutes of trying to emulate her elegant dance-like walk, I began to think that maybe being the May Queen might not be so bad after all. All she does is sit on a chair whilst the rest of us will be prancing about, curtsying and laying bouquets of flowers at her feet. After 30 minutes we left. Father was waiting for me in the car. He asked me what we'd been doing, so I told him in my driest, most honest voice. Folding napkins, laying the table, cleaning up broken crockery, playing balloon volleyball, then learning how to walk gracefully, how to curtsy and how to hold a bunch of flowers. Oh dear, Father said. I'm sure you'll be lighting fires before long. And your mother will be pleased that you've learned to lay the table. I really wasn't proud of them, but when we got home, I showed my mother the new brownie badges I'd earned. Mother was extremely proud that I'd got 4 more badges to stitch onto my uniform. I asked her if she'd stitched them on this time, but Mother said I should do it myself. Ooh, but you're better than me, and quicker, I said. Anyway, I've already got my sewing badge, I added. All good reasons why you should do it, Vincent, my mother replied. The more you practice, the better and quicker you'll get, she added. What did you do after brownies? Was it fun? She asked. Not really, I grumbled before describing what we did, or tried to do. Doesn't sound very engaging. Mother frowned before suggesting that it should become more fun the closer we get to the event. I just want it to all be over. I can understand that. Mother relied. She looked into my eyes and smiled at me, before saying, it's an improvement on you not wanting to do it.